Hello and welcome back to Town Yoga. Today we have a little pose discussion and tutorial, and it's going to be on bird dog or kneeling extended opposites. It's also a movement that's often recommended from physical therapists or other kind of movement support healthcare practitioners to help treat lower back pain. And that's because bird dog is a really great pose for engaging the stabilizer muscles of our core. And when we have a stable, strong core to reach out from or to walk over a large object, you're less likely to have injuries if you have that strong, stable base right here in the center to move out from. And that's what bird dog is. It's moving your limbs out and away while you maintain a strong, stable core. So it's definitely a core exercise. Another reason it's really great for lower back pain is in the tabletop position where we extend out from, you're encouraged to keep a nice neutral spine, and that can feel really great when you're strengthening the back of your body. Keeping a neutral spine, the glutes, are another good way to help manage and prevent lower back pain. So bird dog, excellent exercise when done properly. And that's a really key point, when done properly. You can do bird dogs improperly and cause more injury. It's just part of movement. When we move in a way that's not great for our body, it can hurt. So let's slow down a little bit today and really think about the engagement and the movement of bird dog so that way you can incorporate it into your regular movement routine, or if you're practicing yoga, when it comes up and it's cute in a practice, you can be confident that you're doing the move to help and not harm your body. Bird dog is done in a tabletop, so go ahead and clear a space where you can come to hands and knees. A yoga mat is great, so that has a nice grip and we don't want to slip, but not necessary. Just make sure you have your hands, and then I recommend a little cushion for the knees. So I have this yoga blanket out today, but whatever you find for stability and cushion in your tabletop. If you come to tabletop and already this posture, this hands and knees is uncomfortable for you, I invite you to check out townyoga.com, where I have a course, Yoga for Absolute Beginners, and there's an entire lesson on how to modify and find a tabletop that you can be comfortable in. So there's one option. If you are generally comfortable today, let's go ahead and start bird dog with our fingers spread and our pointer finger pointing to the top of the mat. Your knees are going to be just underneath your hips, and you can either press the tops of your feet down into the ground, or if that's not accessible in the ankle today, you might lift it up just a little, or even all the way to tucked toes. It's your choice, wherever you can find a nice stable base. We're going to start just with the upper body here. So as you find yourself on the mat, go ahead and press gently away from the ground. And as you press away, maybe your shoulders even come back a little. You find your neck get a touch longer. Already, we're strengthening the shoulders. This pressing away is engaging that upper body. Now, before I reach the right arm out in front of me, I want you to take time to notice the engagement of the core. So when my right hand leaves the ground, we don't want everything to move all over. We want to feel this strong center that we're moving out from. So feel your navel kind of draw up towards your spine a little bit, almost like someone's going to come poke you in the belly, and you just hold things up and in. From here, we're going to extend, hold for a moment. And notice that there's a lot of movement. That's okay. We're practicing. We're trying to minimize the movement as we reach that right hand forward, still pressing up and out of the left. And the next time you exhale, go ahead and lower the right hand down. Let's practice this first movement on our second side, on the left side. So pressing into the right hand, core nice and strong, slowly take the weight out of the left and keep yourself nice and stable as you reach that left hand forward like you're shaking hands, pressing up and out of the right shoulder. Let's hold for one more inhale. And exhale, left hand comes down. So the second half of bird dog is extending a leg back. Now we'll time as the arm, but let's isolate first. So we'll leave both hands down. The left knee will stay grounded. And I want you to again feel that nice, strong, stable core as you slowly start to reach the right leg back behind you. And now as this right leg reaches back, we want to keep the spine and pelvis fairly neutral and squared to the ground. So take a moment and notice those right toes are facing the mat. And I like to tap them down and then lift them up a few times so that I know my toes aren't facing out to the right, where now I'm working more the inner thigh muscles as I lift. We want the toes down so that the lift comes from the back of the body. And that's that posterior, that back of the body strengthening that's so valuable in this pose. Where we can go wrong here though is if we lift and then we dump the chest or the belly downward and really exaggerate that lumbar curve. We're not trying to exaggerate the curve. It's not cat-cow. Instead, you want to keep the belly lifted and extend and push out from there, and that is the neutral pelvis and spine while we strengthen the back of the body. This is where the value really can come in here. All right, slowly lower the right leg down. And yes, your weight is going to shift, but not a ton. If the core was completely weak and I reached back, I'd shift out a lot. But by lifting navel up and back to spine, pressing out of both hands, feeling the right knee and outer hip firm, go ahead and start to reach that left leg back. Notice the lift from the lower belly. And then you might tap down a few times just to make sure the toes are squaring down to the mat. And that encourages, again, the back of the body to be engaging when we lift up. We're not tilting the hips forward to lift. We're staying neutral through the belly as you extend the left leg back. One more breath. And lower down. So now a full bird dog is going to be extending the opposite hand and leg while maintaining that nice, strong, and stable core. If the first part was a challenge, take a few rounds just arms one at a time and legs one at a time. But if you're ready for the full version, we're going to take that now by feeling, again, the right hand press firmly down. The left knee is going to hold our weight. And I'd like you to reach the left hand forward like you're going to shake hands with somebody. And now extend the right leg back. Keep lifting up through the belly, pushing away from the mat and keeping the hips squared so the toes are still facing downward. If you have very tight hamstrings and there's a bend in your leg, that's okay. You're lifting the thigh up and keeping the knee facing downward. Hold for one more inhale and exhale, lower down. Okay, next side, we're going to press firmly down into that left hand. We're going to feel the right knee hold our weight some. And now reach the right hand forward like you're shaking hands and extend the left leg back, lifting up from the belly like our whole body's lifting up and away from the mat a bit. Now with the foot, I like to press back through my heel, but some people prefer to press back through their toes. As long as you're actively pressing that leg back and lifting up, you're good. One more inhale and exhale down. Now we're going to take this movement with breath. We're going to inhale, extend back an opposite arm and leg, and exhale, slowly return them to the ground. So when you're ready, pressing away, belly strong, long neck. Inhale, left arm, right leg, extend. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, right arm, left leg, extend. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, extend opposites, lift the belly, hips still both facing down. Exhale, return. Inhale, lifting up, strong and stable core. Exhale, down, one more each side. Inhale, extending out. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, extending out. And exhale, lower down. So that is our simple bird dog tutorial and practice today. If you feel warmed up, I encourage you to check out some more town yoga videos, and I will post a link to a video that includes bird dog in the practice down below once I make sure I have one ready. Thank you for joining in, and I look forward to seeing you in the next practice.